Welcome to the channel, the Alamo Hub. Hope all is well. So let's get into it. The title of the video, The Dilemma in Game Development, Systems versus Identity. Currently, I'm developing a third-person military sci-fi shooter in Unreal Engine. And throughout what has felt like 1,000 hours a day of either going through different codes, functions, testing, debugging, the handful of crashes, and also attempting to develop the world that Atmo has set, I've come to realize a lot of us indie devs, and even studios at times, struggle with developing and publishing our games due to the lack of identity in the systems we create. So I'll explain. I do want to mention, this is in no way downing the indie dev circle, because again, I am on my own indie journey, but more or less to express my understanding and why so many channels and developers tell beginners not to aim for the biggest and most complex game on their first try. And what I've gathered from that over the last few years is an understanding in why. We tend to feel as if putting together features, whether simple or flashy, often make it the game that we're developing, if that makes sense. But it's more than that. I'll make it simple. Take any of your favorite games or games that you see out, mainstream, published games. So, for example, we'll say Halo, Call of Duty, Gears of War, some of my top favorites. But you could place any of yours. If you strip away the iconic characters, from your Master Chiefs, Captain Prices, your Marcus Phoenix, you take away those characters, the setting, the backstory, the lores. If you take away all of that and let's say replace it with the mover character, Unreal Engine, you replace it with that, a blank character, what do you have? Systems. And it takes something more than systems to make a game or to have a game. And that is one of the biggest crutches, because almost anybody can put together systems, but to then go and build the identity of this game. Who are the characters? What will my character be? Where will I be exploring, fighting, living? What do they stand for? The different things like that. That is what hinders a lot of people, a lot of indie devs. Because now with this game you're building or have built, you have to find reason behind systems that you implement and how you implement them. And I would say in this process, I'm starting to understand why after you get systems made, your character can do this, revives. After all of these things, then it comes the question, what next? Where do you go from? Where do you go from when all of your systems have been created? What is the next mechanic to make? You have running, okay? Shooting, if, for example, a shooter like I'm developing myself, third-person shooter, okay, I have my weapon, I can look, I can move, toss a grenade here to frag out, but then what next? The identity. And without such, you're making a soulless project, which is what, in turn, the players often look for. What separates the three shooters, like I mentioned earlier, their identity, their soul. One, you're a demigod of a man that sets the game mechanics apart from Call of Duty. You have at the end of the day, you have the same concept. Shoot, blow things up, it's the same concept. The systems are different, the mechanics are different, altered, but what makes it actually the game to this day people still live and die to play? It's because of its soul, its identity, who these characters are, where they travel to, how you complete the missions you do. All of these things go towards making a game. Now, yes, not everybody wants to be a game developer who publishes these games that they're working on. That is true. But for the many that do try, I personally understand more than I have before on why a lot of times they don't succeed, or they're just not seen out. I myself have been in positions, even though I've written out a couple characters, situations, or that will go into the actual setting or game of Atmo, but it's bigger than that. Can you connect with this character? Does the setting draw you in more? How does this weapon make you feel when you use it? Do you feel as if you're the character? These things matter when it comes to game development, because in the end, the identity, what you're trying to display with this, enhances those mechanics. That's all I really have for this video, just a discussion topic. I plan on doing more of these with the channel, or just the process with the game, how it's going. Right now, I am still working heavily on the weapon system and also trying to get an early playtest, super early playtest for the project. It's nothing more but to get myself familiar with that, getting something out, having people test it, and ensuring just the structure of which I've set now for the project is good enough to actually have people play it. Does it work? Is it functional? If multiple people play, because that will be a part of it, multiplayer will be a part of the game. And just getting a couple of my friends, brothers, a couple of Marines I had with me in my unit, just getting together and testing out what I have. So let me know what you think. What's your opinions on the subject? Leave your comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't. If you haven't, thank you for your time, and stay tuned for all things Atmo related.